What is up, everyone?
Hello, Facebook land. It's Kyle and Kierston Kirschbaum here, coming to you live for our Thursday Empowered Living series. We're pretty excited about today, right?
We're talking about the Patriots and the Falcons, the Super Bowl? No? Oh, we're talking about something different? Okay.
So I invited my...
That's what you said that I was going to come on. We were going to talk about...
Football?
Football.
That's how I
Patriots
tricked him into it.
I
don't have to trick you to go live on Facebook. You love this kind of stuff.
Okay.
So what we're really talking about, it's February, right? And so it's a month that we take some time to focus more on our relationships. And so for those of you who have a significant other type of relationship, this is going to 100% apply to you. And if you don't, this is still really good information for you. It's all about relationships and communication and really just becoming better. And maybe some of the little secrets that we know and we might actually share with you, give you a little sneak peek into our lives. So we're going to cover, I actually have a PDF that's all about essential oils and relationships and love and connection. And then we're also going to be covering a little bit more in detail. We have a really cool book. We've done a little bit of research, and I'm going to talk to you about the love languages and some of the tools that we use to work together as a couple. For those of you who don't know us, we work from home. We've been doing that for about 5 years now, and we have 5 children. So, hey, Soraya, we work together, we play together, we fight together, we love together. We're kind of together a lot. And I think with that, it's always nice to have kind of some secret weapons to stay super happy and positive most of the time, right? Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to let this whole Facebook Live about love set in a little bit. I feel like I got to walk a delicate line. It's, this could be a trap. Is this a trap?
Well, I do trap you sometimes. Like
okay,
I do.
This is not a trap.
This is not a setup. This actually is going to be really funny, and
this isn't a trap.
It'll be good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So many of you have probably heard of, and it's funny, I always thought that there were 7 love languages, and that kind of stressed me out. And I'd read the book. We read the book probably, the beginning of our marriage?
Well, I have multiple personalities.
That's when you care the most about your marriage is in the beginning. So you read all these books in the beginning, and then you forget about them. Anyway, so I think we read the 7 love languages. It's actually 5 love languages.
I told you there were 7 just so that if I was kind of on a little bit of a crazy trip.
Okay, so there's 5. Or you said there were 7?
You found me out.
Or you said there were 7 or 5? Okay.
5.
So we'll say hi to a few people, and then what's up, Karen?
Thanks for joining us today, you guys.
Desiree, Brooke, thanks for bailing me out, guys. Anytime you guys want to bail me out, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so 5 love languages.
Yeah.
So let's real quickly, I think one of the most important things is to understand what love language your spouse or significant other speaks.
Yeah, and yourself too.
And yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is a great book. I actually printed this off. I'm going to post it for you guys. It's a little survey that you can do with your spouse to find out what you or your significant other, your partner, so you can figure out what you and your partner's love languages are. So I thought it'd be cool if I quizzed you a little bit so that we can see.
Pop quiz?
Yeah, pop quiz.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Look at how he's just taking over my live. Do you see how he just did that?
Yeah. So if you guys want to write these down, these are the 5 love languages, okay? So we have words of affirmation, okay? We have quality time. We have receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. Okay? So those are the things. So I'm gonna ask these questions to Kierston, but maybe think about yourself. So you ready? Okay. It's more meaningful to me when I receive a loving note, text, email for no special reason from my loved one, or my partner and I hug.
I think I've changed.
This is impossible.
I've changed.
You can't change on me. I thought I had this figured out.
Okay, man, yeah, that's funny. It's the love note one.
The love note. Okay,
yeah.
It used to be the hug.
It did.
So,
see, this is how it's
changed.
You never know.
So let's
keep
going. It's more meaningful to me when I get the chance to just hang out with my partner, or I unexpectedly get small gifts from my partner.
Hanging out.
Okay,
For
hanging
sure.
out.
Yep.
Let's do 2 more, and then we'll kind of finish up. It's more meaningful to me when I'm able to just be around my partner, or I get a back rub or a massage from my partner.
Massage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because just because we're around each other does not mean we're connected.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. It's more meaningful when my partner puts his or her arm around me when we're in public, or my partner surprises me with a gift.
Arm around me.
Okay.
Yeah. PD.
So,
what do they call that? PDA. Big time
PDA. And I'm medium, so do you want to ask me a couple?
Yes, I would love to. This is fun.
So remember, if you're just jumping on, just real quick review of the love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. Okay?
All right.
So,
cool.
Kierston is definitely acts of service. No. Well, she was physical touch and quality time.
Okay. I've never been
but
acts
you've
of
changed.
service.
Yeah, I know.
Kyle likes to, he thinks, I'm just going to do the dishes. And if I do the dishes, she's going to know that I love her.
And I'm like, didn't you see that I just did the dishes? Don't you know that I love you?
And most people would love that. Like most women, I think, are like, I wish my husband would just help out around the house, you know? And like, I'm not. I'm like, stop vacuuming the freaking floor and come over here and like put your arm around me. It's it's amazing. So it's good to know this kind of stuff, right?
Okay.
So,
this feels like a trap. This feels like a
here
trap.
we go.
Okay.
It's more meaningful to me when I hear praise from my partner, or my partner gives me something that shows she was really thinking about me.
Praise, for sure.
Praise. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You have to be honest.
Okay.
It's more meaningful to me when my partner and I kiss frequently, or I sense my partner is showing interest in the things I care about.
Yeah, it's interest in the things that I care about. That is true.
Yep, it is.
Okay.
Yep. Okay. Is there an oil for
now
that?
Everyone knows. Okay.
Cool. Okay.
I think that's good. Let's stop.
One more, because I know which one you are, and so I want to see.
Just close my eyes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. 29. It's more meaningful to me when my partner helps me out, especially if I know they're already busy, or I hear my partner specifically tell me, I appreciate you. So would you rather me help you out or say I appreciate?
I mean, that goes along with words of affirmation. Like I appreciate you.
So you'd rather me just say I appreciate you while I'm sitting on the couch or while I'm doing something else and you need help?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, I think so.
You don't want me to help you?
I think I do, but the words of affirmation thing is pretty strong.
So I could help you and tell you that I don't want to help you, and that would not be good.
Like if I was changing 2 poopy diapers, okay,
which you do a lot.
Yeah. which I do about 9 o'clock every day, and you said, "Hey, I really appreciate you," I would probably be like, "Okay, cool, yeah."
So you would keep changing the poopies as long as I said, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Do you guys see how valuable this is? Like, these are secrets. Because you can get away with a lot of stuff as long as you say, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. That doesn't work on me.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't.
Well, I know.
I don't care if you appreciate me. Like, what do I, you know? And so this is a long quiz, and we've taken this before. And if you guys have taken this before, maybe you should take it again, because I thought that I was actually physical touch. I'm like, I don't care what you say to me. Just when you walk past me in the kitchen, just grab my butt or something, you know, like put your arm.
And I'm good at that.
You are good. And every time you do it, I just like, or just even like touch my shoulder or just like touch my hair or something. It just sends like this zing, like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. My man likes me. He wants to touch me. He like thinks I'm attractive, you know? Yeah. And so that's such a simple thing. I make it easy on him.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, I wonder if she noticed the lines in the carpet from the vacuum. because they're perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So what are some of the tools? So once you figure each other out,
which we have not. I mean, I would say. I mean, I don't mean to like. I mean, I think perception is one thing. And I think like we try to get put together. I had on a tank top before. I should have just probably worn the tank top on this. But like, we're figuring it out.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Just because you know doesn't mean that you always feel like doing it. You know what I mean?
That's definitely
like doing
true.
It and doing it. Like sometimes you don't really.
The devil, do it.
You don't feel like doing it, but you don't feel like speaking the other person's love language is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So that like getting into a place where you want to be what the other person needs, right? Is Cherie says, what's the oil for getting your husband to agree to take the quiz? I think you gotta be like probably giving him a foot rub maybe, or just you're just like rubbing his feet and you start asking him like random questions. Like,
don't do the paper.
Yeah.
Like that's a dead giveaway. Don't print out, hey, I have this quiz about our relationship.
Instant
that's not gonna work.
Instant block.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want to teach him something about emotions?
Last week we had Sandy Chastain on here. She's amazing.
Yeah.
I know you guys really, really loved her. And I know that one of the things she talked about was how emotions and oils are connected, right? It's not like this hokey pokey thing. So for those guys out there that are watching it that like me thought that this was, oils are kind of weird and how in the world would smelling an oil affect your emotions or trauma or whatever it is. Again, guys, we're just, and I'm going to post this so you guys can print it out, but I'm just going to read from this. Your body is made of intelligent cells wired to restore health, right? Emotions are information-carrying molecules that bind and react with cell receptors. They go into the cell, impacting function and behavior. So our emotions are absolutely connected to the rest of our body. In fact, they've found olfactory sensors. This is something that I loved from convention a couple years ago, or a couple years ago, where they talked about how one of the doctors got up and talked about how they found olfactory receptors or sensors in the organs of our body. So our emotions actually physically impact the organs and our biological makeup. And so anyway, I just kind of wanted to put that out there, set that precedent again, so that we could, make sure that you guys kind of know where we're coming from here. So that's all I kind of wanted to
Okay, cool. So so there's a science to this, right?
Right.
So what I want to do next is actually kind of read off of this paper, which is all about love and intimacy and self-connection. And so I want to give you a couple of oils that you can actually use in your daily life, and maybe just for this month. My partner's gone. I feel so empty. That's how we roll with the babies at home, though. So I'm going to focus first on self-connection and then move back over to the love and intimacy side, because really I think when you want to love someone else, it starts with yourself first, right? You have to have that love for yourself so that you can be able to give that to someone else. And also believing that you are lovable allows you to receive love from someone else as well. So the first oil of self-connection is bergamot. So bergamot is an oil that is shown to help with relaxation and anxiety, and it's also the oil of self-acceptance. So I actually want to I have a little love box. These are my love oils that we have all the oils in here.
We actually are giving this away.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
At the end of this week.
No. We gave it away. Somebody
we already did it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we should probably send it to them.
Maybe we'll leave a couple oils
We
in there.
should leave the love oils in the
Yeah.
box. What a good idea, Kyle.
Yeah.
You're so full of good ideas. Okay. Anyway, so bergamot is amazing. It's a citrus oil. So I love bergamot because it's not lemon, it's not lime, it's not orange, it's bergamot. It's like a different kind of flavor of citrus. And you can use this like in a diffuser. You can use it on your clothing. You can use it behind your ears, wherever you feel like smelling it. And it's something that you can use every day to help you with your own self-acceptance. And that really is a big part. I noticed that like when I'm not feeling good about myself, like I'm not very nice to you. You know what I mean? And really it's not your stuff, it's my stuff. But I sometimes like with our partners, we try to give our stuff to our partner, right? And we kind of have that back and forth. So bergamot is an oil of self-love.
Yeah.
Are you going to read a little bit more about bergamot?
So again, you guys saw this book.
Those
it's
are
a
always
really,
backwards.
really great book. I know it's backwards. So for those of you who are experts at speaking backwards, this is like really easy.
What's it called?
It's called Emotions and Essential Oils. It's really, really good.
Yeah.
Just look for the yellow book.
Excellent
So
book.
just real quickly on bergamot, and I thought this is really interesting. So bergamot has a cleansing effect on stagnant feelings and limiting belief systems. Because of individuals' core beliefs about being bad, unlovable, and not good enough, they seek to hide behind a facade of cheerfulness. They may fear revealing their true thoughts and feelings. Bergamot's powerful cleansing properties generate movement in the energy system, which in turn brings hope. So anyway, just right along with what you're saying, really powerful.
Yeah, definitely. So start with bergamot. The next one in the self-connection is frankincense. And frankincense, there's so many things that could be said about frankincense, right? But since we're talking about self-love and acceptance, frankincense is the oil of intuition and truth. It's also the oil of spiritual connection, and it increases a positive mood. So I use this one a lot, actually on my children. One of the biggest things for me, like as a mother, is always wanting to remind my children where they've come from, and my beliefs. You know, they've come from heaven. They're fresh from God. They're in our home now, and I want them to have a really clear connection back to their creator. And so as it relates to yourself and your self-connection, maybe if you've been feeling disconnected from your creator, from your intuition, from your spiritual self, using frankincense will help to repair that connection.
Yep. So again, just reiterating, when one has felt abandoned or forgotten, frankincense reminds them that they are loved and protected. While the oil is incredibly powerful, it's also gentle, like a loving father who nurtures, guides, and protects.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I kind of gave me chills, actually. It was really good. We had a moment there. Okay, the next one is clary sage. Lots of hearts on the frankincense one.
Yeah.
Hey, it's your mom.
Hey, Mom. What's
Hey,
up, Mama?
Mama Kay. Okay, so clary sage. So the clary sage is the oil for hormone balancing, and it helps to relieve anxiety and fear. So I have a personal story with clary sage. You can also use Clary Calm, which is one of my personal favorites. Clary Calm is actually in my purse at all times. I sometimes call this like the crazy mom oil, but men can use this oil as well. It is for hormone balancing. So if you find that you're really, really low, a lot of times, you know, and when you're low on yourself or in your relationship, you don't feel like being intimate. You don't feel like connecting with anyone.
You're short. You're rude.
Yeah. So a lot of times, not only is that like an emotional thing, it really is a physical hormonal thing. So if you find that you need hormone balancing, the clary sage or the clary calm, either one of those is really, really good. So people are asking, the name of the book is Emotions.
Yeah, Emotions and Essential Oils, a modern resource for healing.
We buy it at aromatools.com.
Yeah, at aromatools.
Yeah, it's not very expensive. It's like
oillife.com. I think it's at both places.
Yeah.
So let's see, reiterating, clary sage. Clary sage encourages individuals to remain open to new ideas and new perspectives. So this would be a good one when we're arguing, and I know that I'm right, and you know, no, okay.
I don't think that would work on me.
Okay.
Like, I want to have a resolution, but
exactly.
you would have to like sneak it in. You know what I mean? It would have to
Yeah.
be like, maybe give it to one of the kids and have the kids come bring it to me, and I might receive it that way. Yeah.
It eliminates distractions from the mind and assists individuals to find a state of it assists individuals in finding a state of emptiness where creative forces may be realized. So anyway.
Wow, yeah. So sometimes in your relationship, like when you because we get into patterns, right? We've been married for almost 12 years, and I would say we have some definite patterns. We call it, sometimes we call it looping, or I'm looping through like whatever my story that I want to be right about. And clary sage or clary calm can be one of those oils that can help you to be more creative, to find other solutions that maybe you hadn't thought about.
Yep. Totally.
Very cool. I like that one. Okay. The last one in the self-connection category is grapefruit. And grapefruit helps individuals listen to their true physical need and encourages a positive relationship with the body based on love and acceptance. It also balances cortisol levels. For us personally, grapefruit has been, it's interesting because I wouldn't have put it in the self-connection category, but we've had a lot, I'd say we probably had more experience with grapefruit than any of those other ones, because it helps to, like it talks about balancing the cortisol levels. We've used grapefruit to help with like caffeine addictions or, like things like that. And it's related very much to your physical body. So as you're looking to improve your physical health, whether you want to maybe detoxify or lose some fat or, curb addictions to different things like that, like you could actually use grapefruit for that.
Yeah. So this is super interesting. Grapefruit oil is often misused in overly strict dietary and weight loss programs, which is what we were just talking about. The reason this oil helps curb emotional eating is because it encourages a positive relationship with one's physical body based on love, tolerance, and acceptance. So grapefruit encourages integrity by respecting one's physical needs. The oil assists an individual in listening to their true physical needs and impulses. It also assists one in taking responsibility for what they feel. Grapefruit teaches that no amount of food can fill a hole in the heart. Only love can do that. Can I smell some of that? Yeah.
Well, you kind of have your grapefruit shirt on right now.
Is it grapefruity?
Yeah.
I love the taste.
I know, me too.
I often like this a little bit better. I often like this a little bit better than lemon or even lime, like in my water. And specifically when I was trying to reduce caffeine intake, I would put 3 or 4 drops of grapefruit in a metal container, glass container, and drink it, and it curbs all of the head and neck tension, all of the normal side effects that you would have when you're eliminating caffeine from your habit. Yeah,
and caffeine can have a pretty big impact on your physical body, which
mood,
of course, which kind of flows into all of this as well. So really cool. Okay, so let's move into, we're going to talk about 4 oils in the love and intimacy category. So the first one is vetiver. So vetiver is the oil of centering and content. It's a powerful sedative. So sometimes, I love that it said it's a powerful sedative. Sometimes you just need to calm down, right? Like when you're going to bed and you're super anxious and you operate at this really high level all the time. Sometimes you just need to put some vetiver on yourself so that you can kind of just slow down whatever you've been processing in your mind and body throughout the day.
So vetiver I like to call, I need some water. Could you grab me some water real quick?
Is that your love language?
Yeah, could you? So.
That's where you dumped, right?
Yeah, I did. I need a drink of water. So vetiver. Okay, so now that she's gone, you know how? Well, there's a lot of you guys that are women right here, but I'm just gonna say this. So you know how a lot of times, our spouses will wait. I hope there's a couple guys on here to help me out. Otherwise, this is gonna not be good. But you know how when you get to the end of the day, you're laying in bed and your wife starts asking you like these really serious questions like, so what do you think about our relationship? Or they start going on, not going on. I mean, it's legitimate questions, but you're like starting to fall asleep, right? And so you kind of wake up a little bit and you're like, yes. And then they're like, did you hear what I said? And you're like, yes, I heard. And she'd be like, well, then what did I say? And I'm like, So vetiver, what I like to use vetiver for is when that whole process starts, put the vetiver on, so by the time they ask the first question, you're passed out. And so it's like a secret tool.
Wow.
Yeah, well, you left the room. I left the room, and I felt like I saw Matt Keithley. On here.
Do an active service for you.
Okay,
and
sorry.
You pulled back the curtains. Little far.
It's time that people know how they can get out of that situation.
Cool. That's cool. I love it.
Okay. Well,
should we move
you said
on?
that this might be awkward.
Okay. Awesome. Ylang-ylang. So ylang-ylang is actually one that I think a lot of people think of when they think of like essential oils for intimacy. Like ylang-ylang is one that is blended in a lot of emotional and like what am I trying to say? Like intimate oils, you know?
Yeah.
So ylang ylang actually are the flowers that are used in Southeast Asian wedding beds. It's the oil of the inner child, and it increases alertness and attentiveness, Kyle. So maybe ylang ylang would be another option for you when your wife wants to discuss things in bed.
So when we're about to go into an argument, like you guys are kind of seeing this go down live, she'll do something nice for me, and I'll kind of screw something up. And then typically the first comment back is like a pretty sarcastic one. Like, oh, well, maybe you should use some ylang ylang. And so stay tuned. We're going to see how this all turns out. But thank you for the water. It was very... Thanks for doing that. That was amazing.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Read about ylang ylang.
You pretty much nailed it.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah.
You got it.
No.
Well, I actually do want to talk about the inner child, because inner child, it's pretty deep stuff. It's deep, energetic.
That's why I was like...
I know. It's deep, energetic stuff. But here's the thing that's really important. When, again, you're considering a relationship with a significant other, and if there are things in your past that happened to you as a child, maybe really extreme, or maybe you don't even remember it at all. It could be physical, it could be some sort of abuse, it could be something, some belief system that you created or was given to you as a child. As adults, we may not remember all of those things, but we do need to go back and heal. If you're finding that in your life now as an adult, you have a hard time connecting with someone, or you have a hard time trusting someone, it is most likely related to something that happened to you in, maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago. And so ylang ylang is one of those oils that you can use to help heal your inner child. And again, it sounds, for people who aren't in that kind of realm, it sounds a little bit weird, but just use it. Just put it on the bottom of your feet, put it, behind your ears, on your neck, and maybe look at creating some affirmations about, that you are safe and that you are loved and things like that. And you'll find that you are able to heal from things in your past, and it will help you to create better relationships in the future.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, next one. Okay, this is a good one. Cinnamon bark. So I actually brought my passion oil with me today because it has cinnamon bark in it. It also has jasmine. So cinnamon bark is the oil of sexual harmony. It's the oil of lust and acceptance of sexual identity. It also stimulates dopamine receptors, and it's known to enhance activity of other oils. So passion oil, I like passion. I mean, cinnamon, it's really strong, right? So I like to use the passion oil. There's also a passion lotion, which is really nice. I use that one as well. So passion oil has, it has coconut oil, cardamom, cinnamon, ginger, cloves, sandalwood, jasmine, and damiana, and a little bit of vanilla in it. So it smells amazing. I like to put it in my hair. I like to put it on my clothes. You can also make a little spray and spray it on your bed sheets. This is like a little metal bottle that you could put some passion oil with a little bit of water in it and kind of spritz your bed. It smells good. It stimulates dopamine receptors, and I mean, you just, it's like the love connection. So passion.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It is. Woo! It is a hot oil.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Is that everything?
No, there's one more.
Okay.
And this is probably the one that you use the most on me, actually.
Okay,
We use this the most on each other. Does anyone want to guess what it is?
I don't even know what it is. I feel like this is the story of my life. You just asked me a question I should know the answer to about our relationship.
Okay.
And I don't even know it.
This is wild orange. It's wild.
Yeah.
We've got hot and we've got wild,
Okay.
So wild orange, not to be confused with not wild orange. Anyway, there's other kinds of orange. What are they?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, wild orange. So wild orange energizes, reduces anxiety, and calms. It's the oil of abundance. So wild orange is basically, I'm too tired tonight. And the wild orange comes out, and suddenly I'm not that tired anymore.
Okay. Okay.
So people can use this, and we might. Bitter orange. Thank you. That's
bitter.
The other one. Yeah, not to be confused with bitter. If I'm tired and ornery, I don't want you to be putting bitter orange.
Don't put bitter orange.
Do not use bitter. Use wild orange. So what can you tell us about wild orange? Is there anything?
I kind of got lost, and you had this thing going. And
I said hot and wild, and you were like,
I was kind of just zoned out. But
we were wondering if we were gonna start blushing.
Yeah, I would say one of those. So when you talk about we'll jump into and talk real quickly about libido, right? So and I love that it keeps it really simple. And we're going to post this for all of you guys so you guys can kind of download it if you want to teach about it or just. But it says, in reflexology, nerve manipulation through massage technique is believed to work by triggering reflective areas in a manner that can promote health improvement. The big toe, so your big toe and the ankle, are the key pressure points for libido. To enhance your love life, try a little pressure and massage on the big toes and ankles with cinnamon and wild orange.
Hot and wild on the feet.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
That's good.
So anyway, I hope that you guys have enjoyed, I mean, this is just us. We really didn't prepare. We printed out some sheets. We tried to make this fun for everyone. One of the things that I'll share that I didn't tell Kierston that I was going to do.
You have a surprise?
I have a surprise.
Aww.
So for those guys out there that are looking for something kind of meaningful to be able to do for their significant other, then one of the things that we started that we haven't always been really good at, but I have a resolution to be better at, is that we have a love journal. So here's the sad truth.
I don't even want to know what the date is on the last entry.
No. I wrote last week.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. But before that.
But here's the sad thing. So we've been married for, what, almost 12 years?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is all we have in our love
12 years and 5 kids.
Yeah. So, well, we haven't been doing a lot of writing, but we've been doing a lot of doing.
Right.
Okay.
Obviously, we are okay.
But recently I was listening to a motivational guy talk about one of the things that he did for his wife is he wrote in a love journal every single day for a year. And he just wrote like something that he noticed about his wife, something that made him love his wife more. And at the end of a year, he gave the love journal to his wife. And she said it was her favorite gift that she's ever received.
Wow, that's so cool.
And the truth is, in our relationships, just like in business or in a lot of different things, is whatever we focus on, we get more of, right? Mm-hmm. And so if you're constantly trying to find fault with your spouse, or you don't like this, then you tend to notice more of those things. And in relationships, just like all other things in life, we have to take ownership for whatever type of relationship we have. So if we wanted to improve, then we have to be the one to change, right? We've learned that you can't change the other person. But I would encourage you, if you don't already have a love journal, start a love journal. And, it's something, and even though there's not very many, and sometimes sometimes if I'm feeling like super creative, I'll post stuff. I'll cut stuff out. You guys remember this? This is like old school this is like scrapbooking. So now you know that I do a little scrapbooking. But anyway, it's cool to record those little moments and to be able to really recognize and be present more about the little things. Because I think sometimes, you're dating, and you're like obsessed with each other, and we're still obsessed with each other, but there's 5 kids and there's a business and there's like all of these things, and our relationships get pushed off to the side. So when it comes time for our relationships, you're getting whatever's left,
right?
Basically.
Yeah.
And this happens, if you don't take control of it, it's what happens. And so I find that if you take time every day to make a point of finding something that you love about your spouse, your partner, then it shifts the way that you think.
Yeah.
So
this is cool.
Yeah.
So I love what you're doing here, and this is maybe just a little challenge or some advice. Like this Valentine's Day, create a love journal.
Yeah, maybe not just on Valentine's. Maybe start now. So how many days are there left till Valentine's?
Yeah. Like 6 or 5 or something?
Yeah. Is it Valentine's is March 3rd, right? No, not March. February 15th. Next Wednesday.
It's February 14th.
Yeah, next
it's
Wednesday. Okay, but so you have
funny.
5 or 6 days. So you have 5 or 6 days. You can just leave it right there.
Do you need?
It says 7 of 8, but there's only 7 came in today. Maybe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, lots of boxes today. Thank you.
It was the mailman.
Well, our doTERRA shipment is here.
Yeah.
It's only 8 boxes.
Yeah. So the mailman. Anyway, so you have 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
So take some time, start a love journal, and maybe use that as like a simple gift. Thanks, Patty. A simple gift that you can give that's meaningful. And anyway. So
Yeah. And then maybe focus on like also just some other creative ideas would be like doing the 5 love languages quiz and looking at maybe printing off the PDF for this little page about love and intimacy and self-connection, and just see how you can take some small steps to improve your relationships.
cool.
So, yeah, this is fun.
That's it. Yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed. We're going to finish up and have an amazing, amazing day. What? Oh, all right.
That's
We'll
my
see
love
ya.
language.
That's how that happened. All right. We'll see you guys later.
Open up this.